Hello, welcome. What's good, everyone? Tone here, and well, we have a fresh slice and dice run to get into here. We're going to keep up with the classic unfair. We have an active streak going, and I enjoy the mode quite a bit. So let's not delay. Let's get right into it. And before we choose our curses, I'll do my usual reminder that if you'd like to support this channel and my other work, you can do so over at patreon.com/tonehack. Feel free to check that one out. Wow, this looks awful. Just looking at these curses. Let's take a look here. I would love to try this, but I'm not going to hinge a streak on it because it's always looked like nearly impossible to me. But someone, I haven't heard anyone say it in a while, but there was one person on the Slice and Dice Discord that kept saying that this was like the easiest curse. They basically equated it to 1 damage a turn because you save this guy till last and then you deal with the ogres. Ogres get nasty when they have these 2 provoke pips, which make these a lot more dangerous. But 10 damage is a lot of damage to do early on. I'm sure if it was like add ogres like floor 11 to 20 would be a lot nicer to deal with. I did try ogres every 3rd turn once. That might have been in shortcut mode or something. And I actually couldn't kill them fast enough at one stage in the run. I don't remember if I lost someone or not, and they became really problematic. Because I think 2 spawned before I was able to get to them. It was shortcut mode, so my party was probably awkward. You basically get a random party for that. But yeah, I'd love to try this one. I even wish I could just save this seed to try again later or something. But actually, there's a mode it looks like it's coming where you can choose your curses, which would be cool. So we could try things like that. Whenever another update, maybe that'll get added or something. But for now, I don't feel okay about taking add ogre. I don't know how to feel about reanimated bosses. You end up with a lot of extra bones by the end of the game. I beat this once. I had a little bit of trouble with it, and I kind of clutched out by getting Artificer, which kind of helps with this a lot, because they can do 2 damage to all enemies. So when you're getting 4 extra bones on the last few floors, it helps quite a bit. So I feel like this is probably in a difficulty tier that's slightly above what I'm normally most comfortable taking. So I'll probably take this if I had to, but I'm not gonna I'm gonna avoid it a bit. Creaky joints, losing 1 damage on turn 1 just makes so many heroes bad, and I don't like to get off to slow starts, so I think we ignore this. Bottom poison 3, not a huge fan of either. I think it's even worse with the cultist probably. Unless we just wanted to do everything on 1 turn and let the cultist die. Healer does... We could heal, but I'd rather have her generating mana. We have Mundane. Replace mana and mana gain size with damage size, retaining their original value and other keywords. This is pretty bad because for whatever stage of the game you're in, the amount of damage or mana you're generating is less than the damage of equivalent heroes as far as output. And mana just ends up being more flexible in the long run. This basically means you can't cast spells. It makes a lot of heroes really bad. Caldera becomes 1 damage, 1 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. This is nice, but otherwise you're a tier 1 hero. This is terrible gambler. If you take Mundane here, they get 3, 2, and 1 damage sides. Where's our gambler at? Add rat seems reasonable. Second single use seems reasonable, although this does really punish some of the cantrip heroes like Juggler. I like Juggler a lot too. So where does that leave us? I'm just gonna go ahead and add Ogre, nix Creaky Joints. I'll toy with bottom poison, so we could do like bottom poison, mundane, add rat, second single use. Actually doesn't feel terrible. We can take reanimated bosses. And maybe add rat, second single use over this. Although maybe second single use doesn't work great with reanimated bosses, especially because stuff like Juggler becomes pretty good when there's a lot of bones to hit with your daggers. This makes sniper floors oh, maybe not, because you can kill snipers with bones. But anything with backlines gets a little more annoying with this. Cultist I like quite a bit for an early start. Ruffian I'm not much of a fan of. I like Thief. We have a decent starting squad here. I'm wondering if I feel like trying Mundane again. I feel like all of the options here take me like well out of my element, which I don't like doing this late into like a potential streak. Both bottom poison and mundane are ones I'm not super familiar with, or they just don't have a ton of experience with them. And same with reanimated bosses, even though I've won with both of them before. Reanimated bosses is probably pretty bad with mundane because some spells I think really mitigate this when you get like some good AoE spells like balance, burn, blades or whatever the artificer one is. Scald, it would be incredible with that, the Caldera's one. So I think mixing this and mundane probably isn't great. So yeah, I think I'm narrowing this set down to reanimated bosses and bottom poison. I don't think we want to do reanimated rat second single use, but that's also a possibility. Or we could do bottom poison, mundane, rat, second single use. These bottom four feel kind of feasible to me. Cultist doesn't get cut, which is like a nice advantage of them usually. There are a few ways you can get mana, it's just pretty rare. Like side replacers that give you mana sides will do it, but otherwise. Skip that song. I had some relatively distracting like vocal samples or something. So I'm trying to decide if I want to re-roll this. I feel like I've gotten bitten pretty hard on the re-rolls, and we could see some screens where one of these sets we're talking about feels pretty darn reasonable. What does Ogre like look like on this floor? Can we take that and try it in pace mode? Would that be a fun thing to do? Because I just want to see what ogres do. We're in pace mode now. How does like first floor feel with ogres in pace mode? feel like Ogre makes it a little harder to use cut too, because damage is getting distributed across a lot of people. We probably try to kill the boar this turn. Actually, I don't want that wisp generating skeleton. The ogre really screws up anything with heavy attacks too, which is kind of bad for the buckle, because we probably don't want to be attacking the ogre first. Usually something we save for last and try to just sustain their damage. I'm trying to high roll the cultist, even though it might kill them this turn. I'll just take that too. Actually, I might just block with the cultist. Or block the cultist with the buckle. Oh wait, I didn't even look at what the cultist rolled there. What did they roll? I don't know why I completely ignored their dice. Did the thief roll 3 X's? Oh, what's going on here? Well, this is the worst first turn ever. Oh, the ogre makes cut really bad too. I think it's a good thing we didn't take add ogre on our real run. This turn is looking grim. Is it possible to kill the boar here? Probably save that for their last pip if we're going to use it. I guess it doesn't matter that much. We can kill the boar. We do it by killing the bones here. I think. Maybe not. Yeah. That keeps the wisp alive. I guess the wisp was always going to live, because we're going to use this mana to kill the boar. Or the bones. Oh wait, I did that wrong. So best case scenario, this is like Sandstorm every turn. Having the ogre there. Like a blockable Sandstorm though. I can't cleave the ogre unless I want this to raise up to 2 pips this turn. We're not going to kill the ogre this turn, so I'd probably do something like this. Will you roll damage? Should we just go all in on it? We can actually kill the ogre and ignore the bones. You would have to die. Actually, I can mend you? No, I can't. So we survived this one. The fact that we got through that on such bad early first turn rolls. But the cultist died, and that's like a nasty snowball. Because you want them to have enough health to generate mana. Interesting. I'd love to do a whole run with add ogre, but yeah, I'm not gonna hinge the streak on it. I'm gonna try that. Let's experiment, guys. Why not? I just want to get a feel for like how some of these feel in practice, even though the first floor isn't that meaningful. I have like a testing ground in general. So this combo is bottom poison, mundane, rat, second single use. I think you just take that because you die if you use anything else. Unless we use the healer to heal you. You can get some mad block from the buckle actually and do something else. Try that. Maybe not mad block. How much damage do I have here? 6. Can't quite kill the boar. I can get mana from the wisp. We can play cut with the wisp, which would actually kill the rat. That's actually an awesome play. I'm gonna blow this. That's incredible. Getting wisp mana to play cut. We gotta try and kill the boar this turn. I like having the healer do like straight damage. If we upgrade our blue quickly, that seems feasible. Although it's so awkward, like, wanting to upgrade your blue early with Cultist, because Cultist is so solid for just dishing out damage early. We're gonna want to upgrade our orange and yellows. Like, I want to get just more damage everywhere else. Like, the Cultist doesn't really need to find that much more damage. If we look at some of the tier 2 blues, I feel like Caldera becomes pretty mediocre with that curse. I guess Fiend does okay. Although they do have the cantrip side, which is awkward at second single use. Evoker is terrible. Sparky's? Oh, Sparky's absolutely awful. I think Glacia is ideal, maybe. Because of their 9 health on bottom poison. Although they they do 2 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage. That's what they end up with. They're kind of terrible too. You can't use their spell, which is one of the best parts of them. So all they have going for them, they would be good for bottom poison 3, but not good for mundane at all. Jester's kind of sick for mundane. Some like weird gambler that like you just either dodge or do 3 damage. Sometimes you help your team roll a little better. Myco's decent for mundane. Seer is actually kind of solid for mundane. You just get like a 3 damage single use, and then growth and poison. 7 health. How do we feel about that? I'm interested in trying it. What does this look like versus like Ramble or something? We'll have 2 hero upgrades by then. Or like Troll. Honestly, Alpha Wolf might be the thing I'm most afraid of with that setup. Alpha Wolf tends to require the most damage overall. I don't like Ruffian either. I'd like to upgrade them quickly. I guess Healer and Buckle play pretty well with Cultist's pain sides and poison somewhat. Do we run with it? think it's too far out of my element. I think we want to reroll this. Basically, we're ruining the cultist's like value by taking mundane and like the ruffian sucks. So our starting squad isn't as good as it would be it looks normally with cultists with this set of curses. Unless I do reanimated rat second single use. I feel like rat and reanimated might maybe just too much extra health on the field. Okay, let's just reroll. And what do we have here? We got bad scoundrel, good fighter. I don't really evaluate the grays, but alloyed is not bad for sure. Splint is good. Initiate, bad. So decent squad. And what are we looking at here? We have Sandstorm at the end of every second turn, 2 damage to all allies. Turn 1 armor. Osteoporosis. Tier 3 heroes get -2 max HP. Right blank. Slippery dice cannot lock more than 2 dice at a time. Mortal max 7. Going from 8 to 7 on Mortal is a pretty significant change, surprisingly. Because Mortal 8 feels okay. I feel like 7's a bit worse, but this is still probably a very solid one to take. It doesn't affect us much early. Its biggest impact late. Well, it really kills some like strategies where you get like some really strong like high pip sides. It makes blocking some things really hard. Like you can't survive like a 15 damage hit when you start with 7 max health and you can't block for more than 7. And some things usually you don't want to block hits like that anyways. You need to like just like kill things, and sometimes you just have to deal with it. I guess when you have a lot of health, like if you have 10 health and you have like decent block, you can deal with that stuff. So I feel like Mortal is kind of reasonable here. I think if we take Osteoporosis before Mortal, that it applies. I wonder how that works. Like, will this take like a 12 health hero to 10, and then Mortal will cap it at 7, or does everyone end up with 5 hit points? Because one's like a complete throw, I feel like, and one's actually like, this hardly does anything. And the order you take these matters a lot. I'm inclined to take this, and then we fill in. There's nothing for 3 here. But we could take right blank and something here. Right blank and slippery dice together isn't that good. Turn 1, armor 1 is okay. It's a little annoying when you're trying to kill like the floors that are full of like illusions. It really mitigates like turn 1 bone kills, like in the lich fight and stuff, but overall it's not too bad. I'm not really a fan of this Sandstorm. Fights go like we get through a lot of fights quickly in this game, so we can mitigate this a lot. But in the fights where this comes in, 2 damage every 2 turns is pretty nasty. Like, this becomes a bit of a problem for the Slime Queen fight, I think, which already tends to be a pretty tight fight. The Lich fight can go on for a while. A few floors go on for a while. Basalt goes on for a while when if they summon slates and they're already like the slates are already doing 2 damage to everyone. I think I like the third storm sandstorm, or the one that only does 1 damage to all allies is pretty reasonable. I've won with this one a couple of times, I think, but as I play more unfair and pick curses, I like to shy away from stuff like this. I've never done heavy weapons. People say it's alright, and they're probably correct. I think it does make certain scenarios sound, like, pretty annoying. I guess this makes, like, cantrip damage pretty nice because you target the same targets. Well, until their health gets too low, and then it starts spreading it around. And then it becomes good with stuff like Scald. I think there are probably a lot of ways to mitigate this, or, like, almost use it to your advantage, even though it makes some things pretty annoying. We could take heavier weapons and 3/2s, but I think if we're taking Osteo, I'm going to take Mortal. I was already considering taking Mortal. I don't want to take Sandstorm, I don't think, so that makes heavy weapons hard to take, unless I want to do Mortal, heavy weapons, Osteoporosis. But I feel like we're going to want to be able to target specific enemies where we can if we're dealing with Mortal. Since our heroes will be so vulnerable. So I think we're going to do Osteo, Mortal, and hope those stack in a favorable way. And then we're taking right blanks. And we have to decide if we want armor or slippery dice with them. I think I like slippery dice a little more, even though it's a natural anti-synergy with right blank. So if we can only lock 2 dice, let's do some math here. I'm going to take a look at my dice probability reference table, which you can find in the description of this video. I put it at the bottom of all of my Slice and Dice videos. Actually, I don't even know why I'm looking at that, because this math is really easy. Cancel that. I'm not even looking at it, okay? So we have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a blank minimum on every dice if we're taking right blank. And there are side replacers which actually help with this. And if you're always rolling 3 dice, then you have a decent chance of rolling a blank. Thing is that this also lowers your damage output because you don't roll your good sides as consistently, which makes armor more annoying. Oh, we're not taking that with this. We would be taking these and then armor. So this just makes it a little harder to kill things in the first turn. I think we take the armor. Okay, Osteoporosis, Mortal Max 7. This is going to be the big one. Right blank, armor, turn 1. Let's do it. We're locked in. Wow. Right blank's really really showing up. I guess most of these are blank already, but wow. I'm gonna reroll all of those. I can pretty safely reroll this. I think I just take that. Probably not killing the Wisp turn 1. We might. They give us mana back. 2 burst for 2. And then we only need to do 6. And if a lot of our damage is in 2s, and this shield doesn't do much. So this block might block the Scoundrel and the Fighter. I guess I'd rather re-roll this and just look for Repel or mana gain. I don't think blocking damage right now does much. And then I can either re-roll this hoping for growth. I guess I keep this because I'd rather have all the mana sides available so I can be more risky with my rolls. Okay, this is interesting. I'm gonna keep reminding myself of my curses. The first time we see Mortal come into play, it's gonna be like a shock. Like, why is this ruining my plans? Why am I not blocking for as much as I think I will be? Why am I not doing as much damage as I think I will be? So this is a pretty easy whisk kill. Then we can also kill a rat. I'll take that. Not bad turn one. The nature of Mortal is that this game's gonna get a lot harder. We're literally only seeing the effects of 3 points of curses so far, so the early game should be relatively smooth. Spellblade and Jester. I don't like the Spellblade as an early upgrade, although they've got to be better than the Scoundrel. So this is probably it, because the Jester ain't that great. They're a lot better than the Initiate, though. They're actually significantly better than the Initiate, but there's a lot of like really good tier 2 blues. And there are a lot of good tier 2 oranges, but I think upgrading from the Scoundrel will be good. Getting the Spellblade early at least means we can plan around their Imbue and their Copycat side a bit. Just a bit. I think building around this Copycat side is a mistake, because it's not that often that you'll actually hit it. It's only one side. Spellblade's really popular, but I just think they do like way too little damage for me on a tier 2 orange. And to take one early when you don't have like other good sources of damage could be a problem, but they should actually improve our damage output over the Scoundrel at least, because this guy's so hit or miss, literally. They generate mana, which we like. Not that we have good spells to use it on. That could become handy when we upgrade our blue. They don't increase the health a lot, which is one thing that's nice about the Scoundrels. They have a lot of health, but I'll go with the Spellblade here. I know people probably think I'm crazy, just like... a lot of people like snap pick the Spellblade, but I've been bitten by their lack of damage before. Okay, so we have a Thorn here. I'm curious, do I take Thorn damage? No. When I only hit their shield. That makes this poison pretty interesting, because I bet you we can get them to flee this turn if we just kill the boar and we do one poison to them. To kill the boar we need... You have what, 8 health? 7 health? I can do... We roll mana here. 2, 3, 4, 5... If I roll 2 on you... We can oh wait, no, but you have the shield. Okay, we just slow play it a bit. What's the rush? Actually, I have Imbue, because I rolled so much mana as well. Does this work? No, Imbue doesn't increase that, because it only works on damage sides, and Repel doesn't count as damage. This is a shield side. Repel is just a keyword. I mean, I am considering... Do we get a kill like this? No, we're not quite there, huh? You'd have to do it next turn, which I think is just as good. I don't know why I did that. I guess I thought for a second that they might flee anyways, but there's... You have to have 10 times their health, so I would need 30 health for them to have fleet after that, so I knew that wasn't going to happen. This would help me unpetrify the fighter. Actually, I've been curious. What order? Okay, it does reverse order. So Petrify goes left to right, top to bottom. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it unpetrifies in reverse order. That's good to know. I was wondering about that recently. This fight isn't going to last another turn, so re-rolling this to see if we hit cantrip feels pretty safe. And I guess we just look for mana or damage here. I wouldn't be able to unpetrify that, so that's okay. Did I like completely overthink that turn? I probably had lethal from the first roll, didn't I? Not fully lethal. Although I did, didn't I? Okay. There's no problem thinking through turns thoroughly, even when it's not necessary. Stake and Big Heart. Big Heart Alloy feels okay, I guess. It can be pretty cool with like Urn. Otherwise, it's not very exciting in general. I don't like replacing my middle side. Stake is decent on the Spellblade, because if I kill someone with 1 health and I generate 2 mana, I'd probably take Stake just for the Spellblade synergy there. The synergies on Stake are pretty rare, but they exist, and that's a decent one. This is ×2 damage on targets that have 1 hit point. Usually, it just gives you overkill, which doesn't do much most of the time. But if you have dual use sides like this, or like cleave, it can be kind of nice, so I'll just take that. I was getting ready to gamble on that, but this works. Okay, you guys are attacking the alloy pretty hard here. Do I want to poison? I mean, maybe it's fine. Am I killing the wolf this turn? I can't kill the archer either, can I? Alloy can kill them if they roll repel 2 turns in a row. Maybe I take this and poison the wolf, and then we try to kill the goblin. Actually, I think we need to kill the wolf this turn to try and keep the alloy alive would be ideal. And that probably doesn't happen if I try to poison anything. So I'm just going to re-roll that. How much damage do I have right now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if I imbue. Which is not enough to kill the wolf with that, so I'm going to reroll these just looking for damage. And did we get there? I don't know if that mana hits the breakpoint we needed or not. It does. Wait, did I need it at all? I don't think I did. Now I have to kill the goblin instead of letting them flee. Oh, I screwed up because I could have just... no, I needed the mana this generated to kill them. Right? So I couldn't have gotten the double mana gain. I'll reroll that. Again, we want to kill fast, so growth ain't doing it. But yeah, goblins you usually kill last, but we can't kill the archers, so we actually have to attack the goblin here. Get that double mana. Cool. Stake providing value. If I imbue a stake side and kill something that's on 1 health, I get 4 mana back. Which is pretty sweet, actually. It's cool finding these synergies, especially when you have heroes that you take early, so you can kind of actually build around having them in mind. Brute and Druid. So I think balance is a bit awkward when all enemies get 1 shield at the start of a round, but it's also expensive enough that you often don't cast it the first round. But also it strips everyone's shields, which can be kind of good. Which is good in situations where AoE is good anyways. You just need a little bit more of it. Druid generates a lot of mana. It's good in general, but you don't have any charge sides, you don't have any good spells yet. The Brute is very reliable damage for the Bramble here. Their health is being reduced by Mortal. Can't wait till we see our first tier 3 to see how osteoporosis works. I hope they have more than 5 health. I don't know how that interaction works. I mean, Fighter has pretty good damage for Bramble already. I mean, this guy just has like way more. Kind of leaning towards the Druid. What do our other tier 2 yellows look like? Soldier we like, Berserker I think we like. Whirl would be probably a decent pair with... We have Imbue for these, and also with the balance on the Druid. For like extra AoE, which is pretty solid. I think I take the Druid here. Yeah, I think there are more yellows I'd be happy with than reds. How have I not seen Herbalist? How many heroes am I still missing in my Alpinac right now? Not that many. I really want to fill those out so we can do some tier lists and stuff. With the caveat that tier lists are meaningless. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Druid. We should have enough damage to kill the Bramble still. We have a big poison side too. Or did I say kill a Bramble? Kill the Bramble. We keep that there. Get that out of the way. These shields are awkward in the Bramble fight as well. Really awkward because I'd like to do that. Get 4 mana back on this thing. I think we just try to roll for poison on this. How do we protect Fighter? Are they just gonna die? I don't think I can afford to block them with a burst spell, can I? I have 2 block right now if I wanted to put that on them, which isn't even enough. I guess Gather becomes excellent in the Bramble fight. Does Gather kind of solve the Bramble fight if we just save 2 mana? I never considered that. Maybe with Gather considerations I can save the fighter. I'm still going to reroll the Alloy because I think they have better sides. I can't even block 2 people with this. Oh! Yeah, I want to reroll those. Yeah, I thought I made a mistake there for a second. No, I'm okay with that. We're just going to take that. Right now I have 2 mana, 3 if I keep this. I'm going to reroll this, even though Spellblade normally doesn't have a blank here. Oh. Oh, there goes my copycat. Nice, I got the good block too. I think we're going to go ahead and protect the fighter, because they have a lot of damage sides we want to be able to take advantage of. And I guess we're going to try and burst down the Bramble now. Which is usually how you do this fight. I was considering trying to kill the rat to get that big stake hit with an imbued sight on the Spellblade. We shouldn't roll too many X's this turn. I'm just going to take this. Reroll consideration was there in case if I did roll an X, maybe I just play for Gather. This is a single use. Double use, single use shield. We probably kill Bramble this turn, right? Do we already have it? You have 6 health, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. I guess if you roll something. Maybe we do play for Gather now. I can roll this aggressively too. I really screwed up trying to play for Gather there. So I'm using 3 sides to generate 2 mana. Actually, it doesn't even make sense to play it. We gather... Oh, I get 4 mana. Okay, I play 3 sides to generate 4 mana. That's actually decent. We could kill the Bramble if I play Imbue. It's probably worth it. And Spellblade doesn't get poisoned, and I think we can figure out how to kill a rat. Hey, we figured out how to kill a rat. Okay, we got illusion floors coming in early. We have a right side replacer. I think having more copycat actually synergizes with our copycat. I don't think Statuette looks decent at all here, so let's grab that. Probably put that on like Alloy or someone. Although Alloy is like one of the good sides that copy, or the good units that Copycat can bounce off of. This probably does well on Initiate. They generate as much mana, copying mana gain from someone as they do normally. I like that on Initiate. We'll give them the Copycat. What are my other items? Stake, that stays on you. This is a nasty floor. I wonder if I can get the big mana payoff there. Actually, it's pretty easy to get with the illusions, isn't it? Kind of want to reroll this looking for copycat. I guess getting this to grow on turn 1 is pretty nice because I basically have two mana sides. Who are you guys weakening? Guess we only really care about these bottom two. So Cleave Shield protects you for 1 damage and the Druid for 1 damage. Druid's getting hammered here. I think I reroll this looking for Repel, Double Shield, or Cleanse, or Mana. Yeah, there's a lot of good things you can do. So Repel, I can just do 1 damage to someone, or I can do 1 damage to both of these guys. I don't think I'm going to try and burst down either of these this turn. There's a lot of value in doing that to Snake, but I think I need to kill both of these illusions here. I can get the big Spellblade synergy though if I do this. Do that, so this should give me 4 mana back. And I can actually double balance now if I wanted to. It's probably too much. I think we just try to kill... Actually, I can kill the snake straight up. Beautiful turn. Wow, this stake giving us some value. I'm gonna reroll all of that. I'll reroll that too. Oh, I can't imbue this again. I can't get double off the illusion though, which turns it into 2 damage against the Sidul as well. That seems pretty good. How do I have lethal yet? I think I do. Sweet. Interesting. Floor. I guess you can overkill 1 goblin. Then you can make the bandit flee and then the goblin flee. Because goblins flee if alone, and bandits flee if you overkill an adjacent enemy by 2. We have Balance Burn available. A party that seems to generate a lot of mana. The Knight doesn't excite. The 6 damage Pristine side is actually pretty darn nice on turn 1 a lot of times, and these 3 damage, they're really solid. The Exerts like let you clear this floor in 1 turn if you hit them sometime, but they're not that good in general. I think we grab the Fiend here though. I like the idea of burn with turn 1 shields. I don't think they take that anymore though. What do I give this to? I mean, Spellblade feels like the default pick. But they also have sides that are good to copycat, so I think it doesn't make sense to do that. I lose Cleave, double use mana gain potential if I put this on the alloy. I really like the Druid to just hit any of these 2 sides. I think their sides are too good already. I guess it does give Fiend something to do that's not generating mana for pain. But I think that's mostly what they want to do early on. And there are no self-shield, self-heal sides available to copycat this with. Biter, we're pretty happy just rolling for 1 or 2 damage, but I guess this lets me roll them a little bit more aggressively for 2. I can basically try to roll for 2 or copycat most turns. I'll keep it on the fighter. I don't think we have like a perfect place to put that though at the moment. You get copycat. You can copy growth, which is okay, but I'm gonna re-roll you. What do we want to do here? We want to overkill a goblin by 2, which means I want the fighter to roll 2 or the druid to roll 2, and we're gonna imbue that. I think you rolling a mana side helps us the most with that. Mana damage side. So we can burst and imbue. Take that. At the very least, that saves you while doing some damage. So I really want to hit 2 on one of your sides. 2 damage, please. Not that. Okay. I don't have enough damage here to overkill, though, do I? I do, actually. Right? Maybe not quite. Darn. We were so close. That's the case, then how do we want to play this? We probably kill something to get double mana gain. Not even worry about trying to make the bandit flee, we probably just kill them like straight up or something. Is that right? I need to do 5 damage to the goblin and then be able to hit them with the fighter? Okay, I was looking at being able to do 5 damage while using the fighter. That's where my math went wrong. So I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 damage here, really. In that case, what do we do? Like burst down one of the goblins? Try to set up a kill on the other one next turn? Can I even burst them down without using imbue? I can. And I have 2 mana left over. That actually feels pretty good to make the bandit flee next turn. I was gonna say I like my odds, but I need... Okay, this might be it already. Alright, not bad. I'd probably normally stop here, but we spent a long time picking curses. So we'll do another floor. Although, this is usually around how far we get anyways. The early floors with Osteo and Mortal have been pretty fast in general, I think. Even with the kind of complex party composition. Let's see what our item is here. We'll play out this floor. These early Cyclops are always a bit scary. Phylactery and Lightning Rod. I think these are both very solid. Phylactery Fiend seems like a really good combo. Just give them a ton of... Actually, we played with that a few runs ago, right? Lightning Rod is pretty good, and it carried our last run, mostly at the end, but that was also because we were able to put self-heal on it too, which made it kind of busted. Neither of these synergize with Stake, really. Oh, what I forgot last session, or last run, I guess, when we had Lightning Rod, is this gives you a ranged attack, which is actually pretty valuable. Really valuable in general. Just have some range. I think the phylactery is hard to pass up with Fiend here. We're gonna have Fiend for a while because we're only on floor 7 still. Like 5 more floors or so. We can just let them... Oh shoot, I have Mortal. Undo! No! I just made such a bad decision because of Mortal. I'm never gonna use that item. Oh, I told you the first time Mortal procs in, we're gonna forget about it. And it actually happened on something that I can't undo. I can't believe that. I just wasted a really strong item pick. Oh, I am throwing today, huh? With that pick. Unbelievable. We never use this. Lightning Rod I definitely would have equipped. I can't believe that I did that. I try to look at this all the time, too. Ugh. I feel so bad about that. Give me an undo. I didn't take the... Like, this is like the thing I want to undo most. Like anything I've ever done in this game. That's freaking terrible. I'm literally never going to equip this. I can't think of a situation where this becomes good. Well, that's frustrating. Who wants this? Probably leave it on fighter. That sucks. I cannot stress how much that sucks. Do we poison the Cyclops? You make red worthless next turn with that. Can I get to 8 damage on the Cyclops to... Dang, we get close. We get real close. How much damage do I have to do to the quartz? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can still poison the Cyclops. Actually, I probably can't. Also, the ally would die. I want to poison you with this. Imbued. I don't think there's a way to do that without having the alloy die. I'd let the alloy die, it's only 2 health. But I think we win fine anyways. Or we'll clear this. I think we can clear this fight without anyone dying if I just do it like this. That's what I should say. They automatically get stunned next turn. The druid can't do anything, but we might be able to kill the quartz anyways, and then we need to just turn around and try and kill the Cyclops the following turn. Wow, these guys are all at low health, huh? Wait! That's how that works? Holy cow. I think I just threw the run. I mean, I can hopefully kill the Cyclops this turn. There's 6 damage. Can I get one more? Oh my gosh. Oh, that was so close. Okay, noted. That interaction did not work like I was hoping. So the poison removes their stun pip at the end of the turn after the Cyclops attacks. And then it refreshes for their following turn. So never, ever, ever remove that with poison. Well, I've made like so many like run-threatening mistakes in the past floor that we're definitely gonna take a break now. But hey, we're hanging in there. I can't believe I took this freaking thing over the lightning rod, which is actually a sick item. And now this is useless because of mortal, and I just big oversight. I mean, that's on me, but I'm not gonna live down that mistake. It feels huge because the margins are pretty thin on a lot of these unfair runs. But we'll have to just work around that. What really sucks about that is it was such a tough choice between that and the lightning rod, but it really wasn't, because this is useless and the lightning rod is really good. But yeah, let's leave this here. Up to floor 8. We got a bell fight coming in. Overall, I kind of like where our squad's at, I think. These curses are really going to start punishing us here soon. I mean, they already have, considering this. But they'll start punishing us really hard when pretty much everyone has more than 7 health. So yeah, let's leave this here. Thank you all so much for watching. This feels like a great fun start to another unfair classic mode run. If you guys want to check out the links in the description below, you can find my Slice and Dice probability table. Fantastic reference for this game. You can find my Patreon if you want to support me in my work here and my work elsewhere. You can find the Discord if you want to chat with other people at Slice and Dice, or other roguelike things, or other non-roguelike things. There's a lot of general chat on there as well. And my other links. They're all down there, you can see them. But for now, I am off. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and see you all next time.